Hey, good evening. Welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines, a late night meandering. I wanted to do a few comments that were put in, comments and some other comments of my own about some of the things that people say to us. The first one was George, because when Beth titled one of our videos, a foreigner, the first time a foreigner has been seen in this little barangay that we went to. This was when we took the truck and we suddenly saw this small dirt road leading off the national highway, and we were on our mission from the Sandman to give away umbrellas. So we said, why don't we see where it will take us? And as we always say, we never know where these little videos where we take off and go on a little adventure, we never know where they're going to end. Well, or how they're going to end, or how they're going to turn out. Well, this turned out wonderful. And we went down, and judging by the way that that children and people actually processed, you could see the puzzlement on their face, a process looking at this weird face of mine, and who can blame them for having difficulty processing it? But anyway, Beth said the first time that a foreigner has been seen in this barangay, and George, one of our subscribers, said, Terence, it's called the unicorn effect. Okay, so here I am. I'm the unicorn. Okay, there we are. Am I doing okay? Right. So I like that, George. Thank you. Anyway, the other one I wanted to say was about the funny things that turn out, and I'm sure that all of you have these funny things that turn out by auto check, and auto check is the one that it will take something that, if you're not careful and you're not looking at the screen, I'm not a touch typist, so sometimes whatever has scrolled up on the screen is lost forever, because sometimes I don't have time, or I neglect to check what has been put down. So and I see that other people do the same, because there are some funny things. Now, of course, I correct my own, even though sometimes I say, "Oh my gosh, I should record that as a blooper and keep it because it's funny." But anyway, this one was obviously an auto check victim, my fellow victim. Okay, and they wanted to know. They said, where's the toilet? And they were asking about the toilet facilities in one of the houses that we built. So I can answer that question, where's the toilet, by saying it's whatever they were using before. There's a limited budget on what we can do. We have to leave out the swimming pool and the bowling alley and the walk-in closets, you know, and we build a very basic, simple house, and putting in a septic tank and a toilet, it just isn't in the budget, okay? Because we're trying to build a house that is replacing a wreck, a tumbled down, shameful, pitiful wreck, and we're doing our best to get the family into a clean, safe, secure, dry building. And that's what we do, and that's what we set out to do. But this person was saying, where's the toilet? I can see the kitchen and the rooms, but I can't see the toilet. But the way that it came out, auto check read it as we are. So instead of where, it came out as we're, and it looked like we're the toilet. We're the toilet, which I thought was funny. You're a fellow victim. I'm the same. So, what was the other one? Well, I think it was Mikey, who sits at the back of the class, and he said, "Oh, lots of kids swimming and having fun. That's great." And because it was an outside thing and there was a lot of wind blowing, he said, and a lot of wind blowing into your mic, ha ha ha. And I think that actually what he meant was a lot of hot air coming out of my mic. I'll get you back for that. So, I thought that was a funny one. Now, this is a more serious one. This person usually gives a serious comment, okay? So I said, don't give more attention to one kid over any other. And talking about how some people may look at a child that they're seeing on there, and something about that child will make them want to do something, and so it's their right to pick out a child and say, I would like to, I mean, what is it? It might be that they see that the child is in a hand-me-down dress and they want to buy a dress or something. And there is one, I think the one that this particular subscriber is picking up on is the fact that a lady called Mina, who lives in Cyprus, she and her family got together, and they sent a couple of thousand pesos or so, and they said, please buy some groceries for the little girl is called Lovely, Lovely's family. And that's what we did. We made up a list of stuff that they would be able to make last. So a lot of canned goods. I know that it's not the perfect health system, but it's what happens here in the Philippines. Noodles, other things, soap, washing powder, provisions. And this is the little girl whose family lives high in the secret village in the mountain. Is the village a secret? No, it's not. We just make these titles up so that you will look and find something perhaps new that stirs you to do something. So that's why these titles actually come about. And the idea that you can treat everybody absolutely the same, I just find that impossible. There are some kids that meet me every Sunday. I pull in my truck, and I have my family, my extended family, on board my truck. And this is my Sunday driving job. So I take Nanai and Lena and the kids and Beth, and I pull in, and as I pull in right next to the church, there are always 4 or 5 children who, for some reason, have taken a shine from me, and they treat me special. And of course, there is something special then, because there's Lovely meeting me again, like she did last Sunday, with her little sister, who, if I even look at her, giggles and hides her face in Lovely's shoulder, because she's the younger. And it's inevitable that there will be special exchanges, and I don't know how you can get rid of that, or if you would want to. For me, there are children there who think I'm, I don't know, something weird, or strange, or they can't process what they're seeing a foreigner in. What's he doing? Who knows? And then there are others who actually want to come up and hold my hand if I walk from A to B, and obviously children find ways of making themselves special, and why not? That's how I feel about it. So what are we looking at? The particular one that this subscriber picks out by name is Baby Jane. Baby Jane suffers from orthogenesis imperfecta. Her bones break easily, and she has broken both legs, and I suspect that she might have had a mild break in her right thigh, she's going to face a challenging life, and she is an inspirational child because she is so brave. It was the last time that she broke her leg, and she's only just had her cast taken off a week or so ago. And now she was afraid of walking on that leg at first when the cast was taken off, and now she's actually walking even if she's limping. But the kid is just so brave that you cannot help but wonder how any little child can be so courageous. And somebody said, oh my God, makes me feel like a wimp when I had something go wrong with me, sprained an ankle or something, and here's this child who went for a week without treatment before we found out about the break, and went round there, and you may have seen the video. Well, now she's there, and she sits in the front with me with her two sisters, who just love to ride in the truck when I'm picking up the rest of all of the kids and adults along the way. And she loves that, and I'm happy to be able to make it special for her. And it will always be the way. People will find people, and that's what children are. Children are people. They're just a little bit smaller than the rest of us, you and me, but they're people. And there are some special friends that I have, and then some people that I have little affinity with and don't mix with. And isn't that how all of us are? What's the saying? If at the end of your life you can count your friends, your real friends, on the fingers of one hand, a lifetime of mixing with hundreds of thousands of people in some cases, and you're lucky if you can find 5 real friends. Wow. So, kids are the same. They're people, and some of them are special to us, and some of them are not. I don't indiscriminately think that every child is wonderful. And then there are some that I'm just pals with straight away. And when I go to church and I drive, and I find at the end, my last run, the last one that made me smile was that I thought that I still had, don't forget that I don't speak the language. I know I'm ashamed of myself, but I don't. And I have Taliklik with me who tells me, stop here, stop there, those people are ours. And so I have an interpreter, right? But in the main, I don't understand all of the talk that is going on. So I get to the point a couple of weeks ago, and it's been the same ever since, and there are still, I count, 12 kids in the truck. And I said to Taliklik, aren't these kids, where do we drop these kids? Because I'm driving, okay, so I'm not looking around. So otherwise I would recognize all the faces. So she said, no, they're going back to the church. So in other words, they were just there because they liked the joyride, and that's okay too. So that's my little meandering on comments and other little things that that may be of interest. They're of interest to me, so I'm indulging myself. So this is a foreigner in the Philippines. I hope you have a good night. Right here now it's 11:30 at night, and here I am still working. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Please subscribe. We're looking at trying to make 12,000 subscribers by the end of this month. That's our target for this month. You can help by subscribing yourself. Some people have said, hey, I just subscribed. I didn't realize that I wasn't a subscriber. Shame on you. That's just terrible. but you can share any video that you think is going to be of interest to someone, and you can help us to reach our target of 12,000 for this month just by sharing, because then you may find that you've introduced 4 or 5 new subscribers. We're increasing at a great rate. Around 10 or sometimes 15 or 20 people is subscribing every day. You can help. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.